I'm Matt.
I'm Brandon.
And we're
Chubby Preppers. So today we wanted to bring this to you guys on YouTube to talk about 3 elements that you might need to survive out in the wild.
We just wanted to kind of highlight some of the essentials: food, water, a way to start fire. If you're trying to survive for 72 hours a day, at the very least, you need to be able to grab some water.
There actually is a pond in the distance. I personally would not drink out of the pond without a life straw. I'm sure you've heard of a life straw. It was developed by Tara Lindy.
Life straws are great. They're not super expensive. There's also these Catadyne water filters. Can be used a lot longer. There's a silver filter in here.
So I don't have one of those. So this, how do you use it? You just throw it in the water? Or
Yeah, you can drop this in a creek. A lot of hikers, backpackers use these. Hook the other tube here, and you can pump it. And there's a silver filter in here, and you can clean that, and you can reuse it. They even give you a scour pad, and there's directions.
Do you know if that lasts longer than a life straw?
I'm certain of it.
4,000 liters, so that's like 1,000 gallons. That's what this will do. That's a lot of water if you think about it. It really is.
It's thousands of gallons of water can go through that filter.
Yeah, we'll put links to that and these life straws down in the description as well if you guys want to check them out, do your research. I mean, it's life-saving. You need water. That's the first thing you're going to need is water. What is it, a week?
3 to 4 days.
3 to 4 days without water.
Because without that, you'll just dry up.
So next goes with the name, Chubby Preppers. We're always hungry.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah.
Need some food. I've got some other stuff in here, but there's an MRE in there. Generally, a lot of times I'll keep this in my car. And I was stranded last winter in Kentucky for 3 or 4 hours. And you're like, oh, I don't have any food.
Right.
But then you remember, I got that bag in my car. It's got some non-perishables in it. Yeah, I probably wouldn't bust out the MRE in a traffic jam, but I might, we might be having some summer sausage or something.
That's what she said. Yeah. I actually got this. We went to I guess I'll call it a retreat, and they were giving us these for lunch. And I decided to keep mine because I brought my own lunch. So I keep this in my bug out bag. You want to make sure you have something in your car, something in your bug out bag or get home bag, so you have something to eat. I've even got sugar in there, like suckers and pixie sticks and that kind of thing too, just to have something in your body. I know it's not nutrition, but it'll keep you going. Another
thing here is if you wanted to go fishing, like a pencil with some fishing line, wrapped around it. And you got a little bag of stuff that you could fish with in here, hooks and weights and bobbers and everything.
What kind of fish did you want to catch?
Edible fish.
Edible fish, right?
Yeah, that's Chubby right there.
Chubby.
When you're hungry,
gotta eat.
Any fish will do. I did come up with something here by accident the other day. I was cleaning out the garage. My son's bigger now, and he didn't need his Spider-Man fishing pole. So I was gonna put it in the garage sale or give it to Goodwill. And I got to thinking, I was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna chop that puppy down so I can fit it in my bug out bag. I'm sure if you have kids, you've seen this where all this lights up. It's nice, but he's kind of outgrown that and is using a full-size rod. So what I did was I took the LED light out of here, unscrewed this, pulled that out, took the battery out and everything, and I've got extra hooks in here inside the handle, little weights and stuff, and then I chopped it down and I moved one of these eyelets down. I just wrapped it, twine, and super glued it, and I mean that's pretty much as good as anything else. And that's what we're trying to let you know, that just because there's $50, $60, $80 pocket fishing poles that telescope out, you don't have to go and spend all that money. There's simple little things. If you just look around your house, little things like this that I was going to throw away or donate to Goodwill, I can just chop that puppy down and there you go.
Yep.
So think about it, be creative. It kind of gets fun trying to think about what can I do with what I already have. I don't have $2,000 to go out and buy everything that's all these other people are recommending. Right. So get creative, get moving, do something. On the website we have a winter car safety bag list of some items. A candle is a good thing to have in your car bag or your bug out bag, get home bag, whatever you want to call it. A bag kind of serves multi-purposes. A candle is great because it can keep you from freezing to death and can heat up some food. Ways to light the candle, obviously, you know, lighter.
Yep.
We've got waterproof matches, and you can go crazy with this stuff, and we have a lot of variations of it. We're just trying to kind of highlight things that you may want to keep in your bug out bag.
So speaking of fire, there's a couple things you can have. Ferro rod, a magnesium striker, whatever you want to call it. So that these you can find at, what did we find these? Harbor Freight?
Yeah.
I think it's been a while.
Yeah, and just to tell you, you get what you pay for too.
Yeah.
I've got waterproof matches in here, cotton balls that have Vaseline on them. I've tested all the stuff that I use, very easily started a fire with a cotton ball, even without it being soaked in Vaseline, but that definitely helps.
I found this bracelet, something simple as this, has a whistle on it and then a striker on it too. A little ferro rod where it throws sparks. This is something I invested in as far as like keeping warm or shelter. It'll protect you from the elements. It'll radiate your body heat to keep you warm. There's a blanket that is made the same way. If you're gonna be in your car for like an hour, you probably are gonna be okay, but if it's like you're driving to the mountains in the middle of winter to get home for Christmas or something crazy like that, you want to make sure you've got something in there to keep you warm besides your car, is what we're getting at.
Like these emergency blankets, those are good to have. I actually keep a blanket, a really heavy duty, like those military blankets. Yeah, I keep one in each vehicle. If you have to leave your vehicle and you didn't grab your blanket, at least you've got, you know, something like this in your gloves, all that kind of stuff. Just, you have to think about your environment, what time of year it is, and what's the most important gear to have in your bag.
These are just things you can do now to prepare yourself for later. And as you get into it, which I'm hoping you will, we're both hoping you will, as you get into it, you're going to actually start buying stuff. You're like, wow, I want to try this out or check this out. And that's the whole point.
It's something to do to prepare your family. And a lot of these things have dual uses. So not everybody's a camper, but my son and I like to camp.
I like to camp.
So I like to test this stuff out. You know, sure, I didn't need this pack hatchet from Gerber, but it's pretty awesome. And we can use it when we go camping. So not everything's just gonna sit on a shelf and get dusty. And in fact, we recommend that you test the things out. You need to make sure it works. A, that it works, and B, that you know how to use it. That's another reason to get this stuff out. Test it out, see what works for you. You know, you had mentioned that you probably have most of this stuff around your house. That's the thing. Everybody's got some variation. Sure, not everybody has a ferro rod, and most people can find a lighter or some matches. The biggest thing isn't that you don't have it at your house and you need to go out and acquire it. The biggest thing is that you have it and know where to find it.
Yeah.
What happens if something big just happened, like what happened in Ukraine? What if somebody held out and they're like, oh, it's not gonna happen to me. It's not gonna happen here. And then you had to leave in a moment's notice. You're gonna run around and look for your lighter, your flashlight, summer sausage, and a life straw? No, throw it in a bag. And if you need it, just put it back in the bag when you're done using it. If it's your only lighter, fine. Keep it in your bug out bag, and then you know where it is at all times, and it's ready to go along with all your other stuff. If you have to get out of Dodge. You might not want a bug out bag to be the same as your get home bag. You know, you might have a dedicated bag for stuff that you leave in your car and a go bag ready to go at home. And in fact, you probably should.
Basically today, what we really wanted to accomplish was showing you guys the different things that you could possibly have in your bag or be thinking about when it comes to prepping. Major: water, right? Food. Where'd your lighter go?
I put it in my bag so it'd be there and I'd know right where it was.
Fire. And then some kind of warmth. If you can get those things tomorrow, you're set and you're on your way. All this other stuff will come, and we're going to show you how to get there with all of this stuff. And that's why we started Chubby Preppers, was to get everybody thinking on how to evaluate their situation differently.
I'm Matt.
I'm Brandon.
And we're Chubby Preppers.
I'll just go, hey, let's take a walk.
So yeah, and we kind of drifted a little bit on them. So
breaking stuff now, don't be breaking stuff.
And yeah,